Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Magic Animal Club podcast, episode number 10. I'm here joined with Mr. Stampy Longnose.
Hello!
Hello.
Hello.
Where are you, Stamps? Come on. We spoke
Where
about
in
this
the
last
world
episode.
is Stampy? So, the reason I probably don't sound as good as I normally do is because I am not at home. I'm in Italy at the moment, sitting in my hotel room. So it's a little bit echoey, and I got like a little tiny microphone that I'm recording off. So sorry, you're gonna have to put up with that. It was kind of this or nothing. So hopefully you prefer this. And if you prefer nothing, then just click off and then done, whatever.
So how are you doing, mate? How's the trip? This podcast is probably gonna be based around your trip, mate. Since that's the big thing going on at the moment. So tell me, what have you been doing? Have you been milking any goats like we discussed? Has the weather been good?
Sadly, no. I didn't have my dream vacation of milking a goat in Italy, but it's been good though. So the weather's been really sunny and lovely up until today, where it was literally it was like a storm for like 10 minutes. And it just rained like crazy, but now it's stopped, and I'm looking out the window, and there's people actually starting to sunbathe now. So I think it's turning around. I think it's a good time to do the podcast. There's like an hour period where the weather's supposed to be bad, and that's when we're doing the podcast. So I'm not missing out on anything by doing this.
But was it the nice rain? Like, you know when you go to some places, because this happened to like me and my mum, because we went to Spain, okay, and it was absolutely boiling. And we was in the pool and it started to rain, but it was like really cooling because it was so like warm, the temperature around. It was actually kind of nice having that kind of cold rain. Or was it that kind, or was it just like miserable skies? It was pretty cold and it was just raining then. Was it that kind of rain?
Well, I mean, I was inside. I was watching it from.
Oh, you was a rain spectator.
I was, but yeah, yesterday was the beginning of it starting to get cloudy. And we've been so busy doing so many things. Like yesterday was the last chance for us to go in the pool because Squishy had bought a big inflatable dolphin that had been sitting on our balcony, and we set the dolphin up so it was basically looking at the pool, and we kind of said that it was their longing to go in the pool. So we took the dolphin in, and it's funny because everyone, like the hotel we're at, everyone's quite a lot older than us and quite a lot more serious and boring than us, and everyone's just sort of sitting around like just reading their books and looking stern. And then we they'd jump in the pool with our big dolphin, and it was freezing. The pool was I'm so rubbish at getting in pools, and it's embarrassing because you see other people just stand up and just like dive into it or just jump in, and I spent about half an hour like inch by inch lowering myself into the pool.
No, that's
and
the worst. That's not the correct pool technique, Stamps. You test it, okay? If it's called pencil dive,
I couldn't
just
do
go
it.
for it.
I thought about it. I know the method is to just dive straight in, but I just couldn't do it. And then crazy people. So basically, the way the hotel is there's the pool, and then it was basically on the edge of a cliff. And there's a giant cliff, and then it's the sea literally right there. And there's an elevator that goes down the cliff. And so you exit the elevator, and then you're inside of like a cave, and there's like a cave tunnel. Literally looks like a Minecraft cave. You walk down that, and then you're at the sea, and there's like a little like jetty bit that has sunbeds on, and then you can go in the water. And the sea is absolutely freezing. It is horrible. I was gonna go into it. I touched it, and I was like, nope. and then because we're next to like a boat port as well. Like every now and then, like a giant boat comes past, and there's just a huge wave that comes by. And so my sister was trying to get into the pool, and she was edging down the ladder, and then a giant wave came from a boat. It was like, right, might as well get in now. You're soaked already.
Yeah, you've got to kind of do it like a plaster. You know, you can't slowly pull a plaster off. You've got to rip it, and that's the same technique with getting in a pool. I find sometimes you got to fully commit. But anyway, I want to know about your holiday and what's been going on. So let's start with the first few days when you got there. Run me through, like, what happened.
I'm not going to say, people will fall asleep if I start saying, well, for breakfast I had a melon.
This is just for me. I don't care what everyone else wants. I just want to hear what's going on.
Well, the big thing that's been happening is the quest for a tasty pizza. Okay, because I'm in Italy, the home of the pizza, and I'm right next to Naples, which is apparently like I can see Naples from where I am right now. I'm basically opposite the water from it, which is apparently where the first ever pizza came from. Okay,
wow.
And I haven't had one good pizza here yet.
Okay.
Not one. And so I keep being hunting for one because apparently there's a thing where half the pizzas in Italy don't have tomato sauce on. Okay.
What do they have on then?
Cheese and then toppings. So it's like it's basically like cheese and I know. And so every time I go to a restaurant, so I keep being like, I want to have at least like, because I want to try like, I want pasta, I want like a bunch of other different dishes as well. So it's not like I've only been ordering pizza, but every time I go to a place, I'm like, right, they got a proper clay oven. I've seen other people's pizza that look amazing. On the picture, the pizza looks amazing. And then I see everyone else eating their lovely tomato pizzas, and whichever one I order, it's just cheese on toast. It's just cheese on toast. And then we got recommended. We were in a taxi and we're chatting to the driver, and he was like, right, you want the best pizza here? Go to Franco's. Franco's is the boss. That is where you get the proper pizza from. We're like, okay, Franco's. That's the place we're going to go to. So we were going out for an evening meal. There were 6 of us, all dressed up to go to this really nice sounding restaurant. We showed up and it's basically like a canteen. Like the tables were like bench tables, but really long. So you don't even have your own table. You're kind of just sitting in massive rows. And we're like, maybe we shouldn't go there for dinner. So we ended up going somewhere else where I had cheese on toast by accident. But then yesterday, so it's just me and Squashy now. Everyone else has gone home. And so we were like, right, what we're going to do is we're going to go there and we're going to get a takeaway from Franco's and go have a picnic because it was a nice sunny day. So we went and ordered our pizza. They're like, it's going to take 5 minutes. And it took 10 minutes, but that's fine. We'll wait for good pizza. We took our giant box away, sat down under a tree on some grass, opened it. No tomato sauce on it. Every other pizza, I looked around, I checked when I went in there, every other pizza in there had tomato sauce on and looked beautiful, and I had cheese on toast.
Wow, it doesn't sound like you're getting much luck with pizza, mate. That's
in Italy, this is the
well, not the proper pizza.
It shouldn't be so. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna have a pizza.
Tips.
I'm just gonna go to every. I'm just gonna say like the problem is I keep ordering fancy pizzas. So there's margarita, which is guaranteed to have tomato sauce on, but some just don't. And one of the restaurants, we were like, oh yes, it had a list of pizzas, and some of the pizzas said in brackets without tomato sauce. I ordered one of the ones that didn't have the bracket saying without tomato sauce, and it still didn't have tomato sauce. Why have a system where you're pointing out which ones that have tomato sauce which don't have it, and then
Is this okay, mate? I've got you because this calls for squiddy tips. Okay, no, this is fine, right? So, what you want to do is you want to go to your nearest supermarket. Okay, they have them in Italy, don't they? Right?
They do, yeah. It's a place.
And then you want to go to the tomato sauce aisle, buy literally about 10 tubes, 10 bottles, 10 cans. There might be 10 tomatoes. Just buy all of them, okay? Then what you need to do, this is what everyone does in Italy, okay? You order the pizza that you want, and then when the waiter asks, is there anything else, you then proceed to slip him some tomato puree underneath the table, and then they take that as a sign. They know, this guy wants tomato sauce on his pizza. So then they take it away, they put it on, and then you get your tomato pizza.
I'm not bringing my own tomato sauce
That's
to an
the code.
Italian restaurant.
It's like a token.
They'll probably be offended. Like, what's wrong with our tomato sauce? No, your tomato sauce, I'm sure it's lovely. Just put it on the pizza.
Just give me tomato sauce, please.
So if there are any Italians listening, please let us know. What is it with your sparse tomato sauce usage? Maybe they just say like, oh, here's a couple idiots. Let's save some tomato sauce. They won't know any different.
Maybe there's a shortage in Italy. Maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe they've not grown enough tomatoes this year, and they're just trying to,
There's a shortage on my pizza. That's what I know. Anyway, we're not going to spend the entire podcast talking about my pizza. What's been going on with you then?
Nothing much. It's been absolutely beautiful here, Stamps, with the weather, mate. You have been missing out.
I can't tell if you're joking or not.
No. On Saturday and Sunday, I think Sunday was the hottest day. It got to about 26. It was absolutely marvelous. I got sunburnt because I'm English and I get sunburnt easily. So I went to the zoo. I didn't walk around with any sun cream, and I got absolutely plastered, and I look like a bit of a lobster now. But it was good. A good time was had by all. But yeah, nothing much has happened really. I really want to speak about something that's annoyed me, and I feel like it wouldn't have happened if you was here. Okay. Now you just want to guess what that is.
I'm trying to think. What do I affect? what do I cause to be different?
It's to do with Minecraft.
What happened? Something happened with something that happened. In Time Travelers.
Yeah.
oh god, you tried to make that mini game, didn't you? Is that what it is? Did you try and make that? Did you try and do Redstone?
I tried to do redstone, yeah.
Oh, bless you.
That's what the problem was. But then after the episode ended, I basically said to everyone, look, we need your comments because obviously Stamps isn't here, and we really need like a detailed explanation of what we need to do. And everyone said everything else apart from the subject. Someone said you should get Grandad to come and like make a cake. Someone said you need to go on a crazy adventure. No one helped with the redstone, okay?
Yeah.
So then I spent 2 hours after the video, like in my own time, trying to figure out how to do this redstone to like prep for the next episode, and I couldn't do it. And I was watching tutorials. I tried to, and it was only to get pistons to go in the air. And I just ended up just rage quitting and going to bed. It was absolutely terrible.
Well, what was the first thing I said to you when you suggested that game to me in the episode? You can go back and listen to it. I said it's doable, but it will be really complicated and difficult. And so I was like, let's play the silly boat game instead. Do you remember that? I remember my first thought is like, this could be done, but it's a thing. It's a project.
Well, the only problem I had was basically getting an activator rail to activate pistons when it's pressed on. That's the thing that I couldn't do, which I was like losing my hair out of.
So an activator rail, it needs to be right next to it, like a detector rail is what you need to send the redstone
detector
signal.
one, yeah.
Okay, detector rail.
So basically, like something to go on the detector rail, and I'd have redstone underneath the pistons. So when like a cow hit it, the redstone lit up underneath the pistons, but the pistons wouldn't go up. It just didn't affect the pistons at all. The redstone just chilled there. I was just like,
was the redstone going like directly pointing into the pistons?
No, they were like underneath.
Well, they need to. If you place a block under the piston and have the redstone going into that block, it would have done it.
Okay.
There you go. Solved your problem. Well, I should do like a helpline for redstone.
Yeah.
I'm not good enough though. Like I need.
You, mate. What's your problem? Yeah, I've got a little bit of a mini game that I need problems with. Well, what is it? Well, the cow doesn't activate the sticky pistons, you see. Oh, that's a common error. Common error 101, we call it in our helpline. Yeah, it's not working properly. Anyway.
The thing is, I can only work it out by fiddling with it for ages. Like, I can't, if someone just says, oh, how do you make this happen? I'm like, I don't know. Let me play around for a bit.
I thought, I spent a couple of hours, I'll mess around, I'll throw some stuff down. But it just wasn't working, and I was, yeah.
Well, I'll be back soon, and I'll get things back in. I knew you'd struggle with that. You struggle when I'm not there, don't you, Squid? It's a difficult time when Stampy goes away for you, isn't it? I understand.
For something. I don't know why I picked the time when you was away to do redstone. Like normally in the videos it works, okay? So sometimes when we're doing like mod packs and stuff like that, me and someone else will basically do the mod pack and Stamps will be comedy value. When it comes to time travelers and we need something complicated doing, Stamps will then basically take charge, and then me and Ash will be the comedy value. But since Stamps wasn't there yesterday, me and Ash was trying to do the thing, and yeah, it just wasn't working. So I think that's why we need you, mate.
I think it's just a case of understanding your strengths and going with your strengths and avoiding your weaknesses. I mean, the thing is, because people see in my videos and they see all the mini games that I've come up with and that redstone, but I'm not. It's not like I start recording and I'm like, right, let's work this out. Like, I've worked it out already. Like I already know kind of like I need to make sure that it works, because sometimes like a mini game it will work, but it just might not be fun. And so I got to go and like test it all beforehand, before I even start recording it. Do you have a certain
fun meter? Like, how do you test the funness?
So I have, it's a device. It's kind of like a ruler, but it's like more of the shape of a banana.
Yeah.
And you attach it to your face by clipping some clips behind your ears. And then it measures your smile when you're playing it.
Okay.
And so I basically will test the minigame playing it with someone, and I'll strap this thing to their face, despite their horror, and I will measure their smile that they have while playing. And then that's the only way to scientifically create fun minigames in Minecraft.
Ah. And I think that works in real life too. If you have any spare bananas lying around, you can strap them to your face and try to do certain tasks. It works.
Well, I don't literally use a banana. It's banana shaped. I don't...
No, I thought you said it was a banana the other day. I'm pretty sure it was banana.
Well, I mean, you could draw like the measurements onto a banana. I just feel like a banana isn't as scientifically accurate as the apparatus I've created. I think that it's you know it's your everyday smile measurer, the banana, the everyman.
It's not your mini game measurer that you have.
No.
Bananas won't do. There we go. Stamp said it. Bananas won't do, guys. You've got to buy the
throw
proper.
them away. Put them in the bin.
Well, eat them first. Don't waste them. Okay. But don't eat them if they're brown and mouldy and got flies around them.
Squiddy tips, everyone. 2 for 1 this week. Don't eat a mouldy banana.
So what you got planned for the rest of the holiday then, mate? What's on the agenda? Because you're not back until Saturday, I believe.
Well, I fly back like Friday night. So Saturday's like my first day waking home. So, well, I mean, this is pretty much our last full day. The weather's kind of we knew it was coming. The weather was going downhill. So we've had the best of the weather. So yeah, so the trip, the reason we came here was for my mum's birthday. So like my whole family came out, but now they've kind of gone home and now it's just me and Squishy. So I think we're kind of enjoying the fact that we're more streamlined now. 'Cause it's always fun to have a big group, but it's always very slow to do anything because everyone's got to be there, everyone's got to be ready, everyone's got to move together and not get distracted. So me and Squishy have been really exploring these last few days. But yeah, this is our last full day, so we're probably just going to go wander around the town. It's not much of like a beach place where we are, it's more of like a town, but there's just loads of restaurants that sell cheese on toast and and things to. There's lots of things to explore, and then we got like a free meal at the hotel when we signed in. When we signed in, you can tell I live my life on the internet. When we checked in, and so we haven't used that. And so as soon as it's raining, I think that this might be a good day to stay in the hotel and do that.
You have a free meal for cheese on toast, mate, so you've got to take it. You've got to grasp it with both hands, really.
Well, see, the thing is, the hotel doesn't have pizza, I don't think. So I need to after this podcast, I'm going to venture out and I'm going to track down. I'll send you a picture of it. I'm going to track down a good Italian pizza with tomato sauce. Because I'm not leaving Italy without one. I'll miss the flight. I'll stay here another week until I track one down. That's the reason I came here.
No, what'll happen is you'll probably get on the flight and like the food will they'll actually have like a pizza. Like the attendant will bring you a pizza. They'll look, here's the menu, and then you'll just see it and you'll be like, oh,
it'll be
this
like
is what I've been waiting for.
Box.
Just order a Domino's when you get back, mate. I'm sure it'll be just as good.
See, it's not the same. It's not. It is good. Like I could tell. The thing is, the pizzas here, the cheese on toast I had was so almost good. Everything was. The bread was like, it was the thin kind of crusty bread, and the cheese was amazing, and the toppings were so good. It was just missing that important good. Like they still call it. It's not pizza. You can't call it pizza. I feel like the base, cheese and tomato sauce, they're the 3 necessities for a pizza, then everything else is in addition to it. You can't call it a pizza when it's like saying, oh, it's a pizza, but the base isn't there. It's just a bowl of cheese with tomato sauce. You know, it doesn't count. You can't just cut out one of the key ingredients and say, you know, it's like saying having an omelette without the eggs. You know, it's just not an omelette at that point. And I've told them I've been chucked out of so many restaurants for tipping over the tables and screaming. Oh, I did a Let's Talk as well while I was here. I always like doing a Let's Talk when I'm away in places because I just try and get something really pretty in the background. So I went down to the bit where I told you down by the water. So I went there and I did a Let's Talk about happiness because normally in Let's Talk I'm moaning about hate comments or fake Stampy channels or something. I was like, I don't want to stand here in the sun with this beautiful view and moan about something. So yeah, I spoke about happiness for a few minutes and people seem to like that.
Well, you should have moaned about cheese pizza, mate. Let's be honest. Like, if you're going to do a Let's Talk, it's a perfect opportunity to do moan. Like, if you want to moan about the pizza. You know what I mean? It's a perfect opportunity.
I feel like I've let some steam out in this podcast.
Is this what it's been? It's like a squiddy counselling. Like, how have you been, mate? There's a pizza. There's no pizza. It's all rubbish.
So what else have you been up to this week? What's been going on with your channel?
I've just been doing a lot of Vive work, but I think, oh mate, can we? This is very British, isn't it? It's such a British podcast because I feel like I need to moan again.
Go ahead. Am I allowed Let it out. Come on. Tell Stampy Squid what's on your mind.
I've recorded a couple episodes on the Vive and it's absolutely brilliant. Okay, and I don't know if you've played the Job Simulator yet.
No, my Vive doesn't arrive until June.
Oh man, so I recorded that, okay? And one of the levels is that you're a gourmet chef, okay? So you got this little area you get to cook. These orders come in, you get to like cook people's stuff. It's all absolutely amazing, but it's a really, really long sort of. It's not really an episode. It's a long level, but I did it in one episode, and it took me around 45 to 50 minutes, okay? And now I was setting up prior to this for about 15-20 minutes. So I was on the Vive for like an hour and a bit, let's call it. And I came off it, I was fine, my eyes felt fine. And then when I woke up in the morning, my eyes hurt. I had the most horrendous eye strain ever, which was crazy. Now, I've been reading up some stuff, and apparently the Vive has like literally no eye strain on it when you're using it, which I can agree with. But in the morning after, man, my eyes were like absolutely terrible. So all we're going to say is if you're going to use the Vive, do it in like 25 minute periods, because, yeah.
It's such like a funny problem to have for your job. Like if you think of like, a builder in the morning after their back might ache, or, someone... somebody has to walk a lot, like a postman who has to walk a lot, their legs might ache in the morning. You're playing your VR headsets, you have achy eyes in the morning. It's such a weird problem to have.
Well, we spoke about this in the last podcast because we said, we was talking about if we could invent some kind of app game or real life game. And I believe one of them was about doing chores. I think we mentioned, if you can remember.
Yeah,
now,
I think that was your one.
Yeah. Now in the in the job simulator, this family came in, and it was this guy called Timmy, right? It was this kid called Timmy's birthday, and he wanted a cake, so I made him a cake. And then they left, and they were like, "Thank you, blah blah blah." This kid was really happy. And then this guy came over. He was like my colleague, and he said, "We're a bit short on staff. Can I hand you these plates?" And I was like, "What? I have to now do real life chores, scrubbing plates?" I thought, this is just it, isn't it? I might as well go into my kitchen and scrub some plates and actually get some stuff done.
That's your dream. That's the game you wanted. It's your dream come true. The good thing is, though, because it's the game and you're using, it's in VR, you can just grab the plates, you can just smash them on the floor, which is, I hope, what you did.
No,
I hope you didn't watch them.
No, because you have to put them back. Otherwise, you can't go to the next bit.
So... I don't think you understand. That's not the way the game's supposed to work. Aren't you supposed to, like, be told what to do and then just go, man, just do what you want? Isn't that the fun?
Probably. I did stuff, but I put hot sauce in everything, and I was a little bit naughty. So I still gave people, 100% perfection of my ability, but I added a little bit of trollness in there. So
well, did you have to make a pizza? I think you can see where this is going.
Yes, I did.
Did you put tomato sauce on it?
I did, yeah.
Well, then you're already better than most of the chefs that are. I mean, the thing is, it's my fault, 'cause I keep ordering obviously the wrong pizza. I get. I think I probably keep ordering the same one. But
yeah, just go different. Go different.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to go for a safe margarita.
I think
anyway.
The guys are doing it how I did it in the job simulator. 'Cause what you do is you put a slice of bread in, like a normal loaf, right? So I'm thinking, how's this going to taste with pizza? They put a normal loaf in the microwave. They put like a chopped, not even a chopped tomato. They put like a full tomato on top of the bread, and then you get a big slice of cheese out of the fridge. I think if it's a slice, I think it's a cube, a big block of cheese, and put it on the piece of bread. So you're looking at this microwave, you see a flat piece of bread with a whole tomato and a block of cheese, and you shut the microwave door, you press a button, it goes on for about 3 seconds, you open it, and there's this absolutely beautiful pepperoni pizza that comes out.
So I want that microwave.
I think that's what the Italians need. I think they need that microwave, mate. I think that's how they've been making it, and it's just not been working for them. So yeah, I think tonight at dinner you need to tell them about this story that I've told you today.
Oh, I will do.
Yeah,
I'll play the podcast to them. I get everyone to gather round, and they can
ding a glass. Ding 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 ding. Can I have your attention, please? I want to tell you about Squid's pizza that I all think you need to listen to and take some tips on.
Listen, I like speech. I just go like ding 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 speech.
just stand up and go, my pizza didn't have tomato sauce. That's what you need to do. Stand on the table and make a big fuss.
Well, what have you thought of the Vive in general? Because we talked. I know we've spoken quite a lot about VR, and I know it's something that most people listening to this won't have a headset yet because they're stupidly expensive and there's not many games for them yet. But we've spoken a little bit about what what we're looking forward to. But now you've actually kind of got one and had a chance to play around with it. Like, does it live up to the hype?
Oh yeah, by far. I think it's it's a different experience in every game, which what kind of amazes me. Now, I know that sounds a little bit weird, but when you're playing on a console or a PC, every game is different, but it's still kind of on the same sort of thing. Like it's visual. What you're seeing on the screen's different, but when you're in the Vive, if you're playing a different game, it's like being in a different world. So basically, there's like, I've been playing on like sea games where you can look around and there's big, huge whales that come past you and stuff like that, and you actually feel that you're in the world. It's that immersive. And then when you're in like the job simulator, it puts you in lots of different environments. The humor's perfect, and it's that kind of realistic, and the feedback is so like spot on that, you know, I take the headset off and I actually feel like I've been to another world. I haven't been playing a game. I've actually been in that environment doing them things. And that's what the best thing about it for me is. It's just so immersive, and it's so hard to get across because obviously it's, you know, it's YouTube and stuff like that. But when they do come down in price, I honestly would get one because they are brilliant. They're so good. And it like with a video game, normally you can lose yourself. You know, it takes you quite a bit to lose yourself and get into a game. But with that thing, it's instant. As soon as you put it on, you're there. It's instant. You know, it takes you away. And yeah, it's brilliant. You're gonna love it, mate. You're gonna absolutely love it.
I guess it's kind of like the next jump in gaming, because obviously gaming at first was 2D and then it jumped to 3D. And now it's kind of jumped to true 3D, I guess. Because I mean, even a 3D game like Minecraft or something, like it's a 3D game, but you're looking at it, you know, through a 2D screen.
Yeah.
And so now it's kind of the next evolution. And I don't think every game's now going to be in VR in the future. Like I think there's always going to be a place for both. But I guess this is kind of this is the third big jump that there's been in gaming.
Yeah, I really want to test out Minecraft as well on it, because what they have on there is you can go in and you can basically be in like a virtual living room looking at looking at Minecraft on screen, and then you can press a button and then you get immersed inside the world. So it's for people that want to basically play, you know, in VR, which will basically take you away. But if you want to go that step further, then you can actually do it in true sort of, you know, immersive form. And I think it'd be pretty cool. I think it'd be pretty scary. I've heard that the way that your character sits in the world, you're about, I think it's 2 blocks high, so everything around you is very big. Like if you imagine like tall grass, that would be basically the size of you. So, you know, going around the world and fighting against creatures and, you know, and doing all that, I reckon it's going to bring a new light onto the game. So, yeah, it should be pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to, because I've got a chance to play with this stuff at like a few conventions and events and things, but I think it's going to be very like, I'm interested to see how much it holds my attention. Like once the novelty is worn off, I'm curious to see whether if I'm sitting down like, right, I want to play something, am I going to bother strapping myself into the headset, or, you know, or am I just going to turn on the Xbox and play, you know, Halo or Minecraft or something? I'm kind of curious to see how much, you know, once I've had it for, you know, 5 months, am I going to care as much as I do now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're going to record it, but that's one of the drawbacks, is because it takes so much, you know, hassle. Like you need a room. You don't really need a room dedicated to it, but it does help if you want to walk and move about and stuff like that. And then it's getting the cameras set up if you want to do like, you know, face cam, which is, you know, it's just kind of funny to watch, you know, your YouTubers doing it or whatever. But then you got the microphones, and then you've got it all to kind of plan out, and you got to traipse the wires around. That's one thing that a lot of people were saying. They're like, how come it's not wireless? I was like, well, you know, it's quite a tough bit of kit. You know?
It totally could be wireless, but the reason is if there's any delay at all, then that's what makes people feel sick. And so it could be wireless, and even though the delay would only be like a few more milliseconds, it's not worth it. You have to have it wired. So hopefully wireless technology will be better in the future. So it could be wireless, but you'll probably feel sick. So it's probably best that there is, you know, 10 wires or whatever coming out the back of it for now.
I thought if you had like a room dedicated to it, the best way to actually play the Vive would be to run the wires up to the ceiling and then have the headset on your head, obviously with the wires going up instead of walking around. So you'd have like, you know, like a couple meters of cable still behind you, but it'd be from the ceiling, if you get me.
That's a certain level of commitment at that point, though, to like adjust your room for it. You know, I don't talk about the VR the whole time, but I've just been having a little look through the Facebook page. Obviously, I haven't had much of a chance the last few days, but I got a question here. I'm gonna ask you this question, and then I'm gonna kind of ask my own question, which is kind of related to it, I guess. So this question's from Kirsten Glasgow, and she asks, if Minecraft was around when you were young kids, do you think you would have been interested in it like you are now?
Ooh, that's a tough question. I think we would have by far, because me and Stamps were obviously gamers through and through. But I'm not sure if, like, would YouTube still be around then?
Well, not when you're young kids. Like, just imagine, like, when you were a child. Imagine if instead of playing Mario or whatever you played, Minecraft was out. Would you play it as much, or would you play it at all? Do you think?
I think we'd play it. I think we play it quite a lot, but I think that we probably wouldn't play it as much as we play it now. I do also think that the game probably wouldn't be as popular as it is now, because I think the way that games are like, you know, shown online's helped a lot, and the certain people that you watch online influences your choice to maybe buy the game or play the game and stuff like that. I think it'd be a popular game, and I think we would play it, but especially for me, it was just something I started playing with friends, and we were just messing about. And you know, if it wasn't for YouTube, then I never would have recorded it, and I still probably wouldn't be playing it now, to be honest with you. I probably would have moved on. So for me, yeah, I would have played it, but definitely not as much. Definitely not for a few years. Probably would have been a thing that I might have played for, you know, a couple months or so, and then probably just kind of forgotten about, I guess.
So here's my twist on the question. Okay, how much do you think you would play Minecraft if you didn't do YouTube videos on Minecraft? If you were just literally playing it as a game, just for fun, for the enjoyment of playing it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I'd play it that much. I think I love. I'm kind of glad that I did YouTube on Minecraft, because it kind of made me realize how much of a good game it is. Because normally you can basically pick up a game and, you know, you can play the whole game and you're kind of bored of it after that. But Minecraft's the game that's constantly updating. You can do new things. You can do what you want in it. But to be honest, I don't think if I had the YouTube pushing me to kind of basically try the game more, especially in the early days when I was just starting off, then I probably wouldn't, you know, still be playing it now. So, what about you?
I think I would still play it. I think I'd still play it quite a lot. I reckon, especially because I'm in this world. I'm kind of saying only as if I didn't do videos on it, but other people still did. I think I wouldn't play it nearly as much, but something that I think I've said before is my favorite thing to do in Minecraft is to make videos in it. Like, that's where I find most enjoyment playing it, is planning and setting up and recording videos. And so it's just hard to know how long I would stay motivated for playing it if I was just playing it. But I think I would. I think it's the perfect game for me. So I think that I would play it for quite a long time anyway.
Yeah, cool. So what was your question that you can ask yourself?
That was my twist, whether, because one was whether we played it as we were kids, and one was I added it to would we still play it now. I've just been scrolling down, and there's another one from Kirsten that looked quite good as well. So this is the Kirsten Glasgow special Q&A. She says, "Hi Stampy and Squid, my question is, does it ever annoy you when fans get overexcited and you get spammed with edits or stuff, or do you enjoy it? Do you ever get annoyed at whether it's at an event, meeting people in public, or just kind of the amount of messages you get sent? Does that ever irritate you?"
No, I don't think it annoys me. I think for events, it's kind of what I'm expecting to do. Like, if I know I'm going to an event, I know there's going to be fans there, and I know they're going to be excited because, you know, I'm going to be excited to be there. That's normal, that's natural, you know. I think I'd be getting annoyed if I was, you know, maybe out with Nicole, maybe at a meal, trying to, you know, kind of enjoy private time. I wouldn't probably appreciate, a bunch of kids around me getting spammed as much. Like, it probably wouldn't annoy me. It'd probably take quite a bit to say, right, enough's enough. I kind of just want to relax here. But I think for events, you kind of expect it, and, that's just kind of the thing you're there for, to meet fans and stuff like that, really. And I think online as well, it doesn't annoy me either, because, if I'm getting loads of spam on Instagram or whatever like that, then I can just walk away from it. Like, it's not a thing that really affects me. If something's happening online, I can just basically just ignore it and, just basically step away from it. I don't really understand the whole problem where people get annoyed about something that's kind of happening online, because 9 times out of 10 you can literally just walk away from it or just block people. I'm not saying this is for fun or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, you can just get rid of it or whatever and just kind of get on with your lives. It's just from person to person, really, how you deal with it. Because I know, some people, want to say something back, or some people want to do stuff like that. But again, it's personal preference, I think. And I think that's with you as well, Stamps, isn't it? Because you're like me, you kind of rather stay away from stuff and, just take a step back and kind of ignore what's going on and kind of let everything run its course. So...
yeah, I think it's very controllable, the way, because, if we get recognized in the street, it very rarely turns into, like, a crowd. I think that there's only been one time where I've been out, I was bowling, and there was... We kind of, it was me and Squishy, we basically got surrounded by a crowd, and we actually got a bit like, it's a bit scary, especially because if you're just on the street, obviously you're just by yourself, and so we felt like we had to, like, essentially run out of there to escape, because, it's just not safe when people are kind of crowding. So that situation has only happened once. But apart from that, like, that's fine. And then, yeah, as Squid said, when you're online, if you do feel like, you're getting messaged too much, just turn it off. Go on something else. You really are in control with that. The only thing that does annoy me is when people, I guess, kind of get too personal, and kind of step over a boundary. So, I mean, I keep my private life quite private, and I'm constantly being asked, who am I in a relationship with, or, where do I live, and kind of people kind of overstep, they kind of, I consider myself as a YouTuber. I make videos and I upload them to YouTube, sorry, and hopefully people watch and enjoy them. And that's kind of the way I like things to be. But I think because so many other YouTubers and online personalities are so open about everything and kind of are happy to film so much of their lives and kind of talk about everything that's going on in their lives, I think sometimes people expect that from every YouTuber, but that's kind of something that I don't want to do. So that's kind of the only thing that I guess really annoys me. Or then if someone's being mean, but I guess at that point that's not really a fan at that point. That's just a hater. So I mean, obviously that's annoying. It doesn't affect me too much, but it's not. It's like, I've never seen someone send some fan art. I'm like, oh, not more fan art. Like, it's always, amazing to see. It's always amazing to see that someone, cares enough to put time into doing something, in the hope that you're going to see it. So that's why I spend. If you like my Facebook page, you'll see how much time I spend going through those messages and sharing things and liking stuff. Like, that's kind of one of the best parts of what we do.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you, Kirsty, whoever it was.
Is it Kirsten Glasgow, I think?
Kirsten
thank you for sponsoring this week's
video.
Episode.
Next week we're going to have Billy Bob. Billy Bob's going to be coming in and sponsoring next week. So yeah, mate, is the sun out about now? I don't really want to.
I was just gonna say the sun's literally come out, so I'm gonna call this episode a little bit short because I am technically on vacation, so I don't want to. I really didn't want to miss a week of the podcast because we've not done it yet, so I wanted to do this. But seeing as the sun's gone out, I want to go out as well. So I can share the Let's Talk if you want to see that. Also, my sister Nettie did a vlog of the holiday, so if you're interested in seeing any of kind of the stuff, I mean, I'm not in it too much, but we were together most of the time, so you'll see, gonna get an idea of what we're doing as well. So that's just Nettie Plays if you want to go and see that. But I'm gonna go on my quest to have a good pizza, and I'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah, we'll speak speak on Monday, mate.
Oh, well, we haven't done. We've got to do a Stampy tips. We'll do a quick Stampy tips if you give me one, Squid.
Okay. What can you? Okay, give me some advice on how I can get a good pizza with tomato on the base.
Order a margarita and not ones with names that I can't. There's a funny moment, so because obviously all of the names of of the food and things are in Italian, as you may expect. Okay, seeing as I'm in Italy, and so I always just assume that I can't pronounce it. So I always kind of just point out what's in it. I say like, oh, can I have the the chicken with the mushroom and the this, rather than saying what it's actually called. And then there was one dessert I was ordering, and it was like orange and chocolate ice cream with some biscuit thing, and I went and started like spelling it out. I was like, so the chocolate and orange ice cream and this, and then he went, oh, the sunset, and I looked up and I saw that it was just called sunset. I could have just said, I just assumed it would be something that I couldn't pronounce. I was like, yeah, just the sunset, please. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to list out everything that's in it. Anyway, there we go. That's the end of this week's Magic Animal Club podcast. Next week we'll be back to normal. I'll sound better. I don't know what I sounded like during this podcast. Hopefully it was, well, if you're listening to this point, I'm assuming it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.